I'm here today with Jeff Dunphy out of Calgary, Canada. And Jeff and I, we go back quite a long ways. We've worked together with many students that he has in Calgary in his emissary. And Jeffrey, in our brand new event, Wisdom for a World in Transition, which we are having in November 1 and 2, you actually start us off with the very first lecture of the 2 days, which is rather exciting. So I'd like to know, why do you think that the 7 postulates of ancient wisdom are so important for anyone on a spiritual path?
Okay. Great question. The 7 postulates are simple yet profound principles that describe the cosmic laws of the soul and its evolution. They remind us that the universe is purposeful, as are we, that life is governed by cycles, and that consciousness expands through experience. These truths give us both a map and a compass. They orient us on the spiritual path, or as Douglas Baker would say, the meditative way of life, showing that our struggles, our joys, and even our challenges are part of a greater design leading us back to the soul.
Beautiful. So, what drew you to the ancient wisdom and how did it shape your life path?
I've been a student of the ancient wisdom ever since this life-changing experience of my mom dying in my arms at that age. This event brought me into an awareness and a hunger for meaning beyond the material world. Encountering the ancient wisdom and the works of Douglas Baker was like meeting a language my soul already knew. From that point, my life shifted. I realized service, teaching, and walking the path of discipleship weren't abstract ideals so much, but daily practices. Ancient wisdom became the backbone of my personal journey and essentially my soul call.
So, ancient wisdom is both timeless and profound, but often misunderstood. How do we ensure that these teachings remain relevant in today's crazy and fast paced world?
That's a great question. The key is translation, not changing the truths, but speaking in a way that people today can hear. Truth never gets old, and Douglas Baker was one of the great souls tasked with contemporizing the ancient wisdom. We, his students, are tasked with the same agenda, bringing the wisdom into this age of Aquarius. We live in a distracted world, but the soul still longs for connection and alignment. Now, personally at Retooling, and also all of the students that Douglas Baker has taught over the years, we frame these teachings with modern metaphors, practical exercises, and real life applications. When people see that these principles, these ageless principles, can help them discover purpose, manage stress, or heal relationships, the wisdom becomes alive and immediately relevant. Metaphysics taught me that reality is layered. There's always way more going on beneath the surface. That awareness shapes how we live, and we look for the soul behind the personality, the lesson behind the problem, and the unity behind the division. In teaching, it allows me to bridge the abstract and the practical, and to help others see not only what the teachings say, but how it can be embodied in their daily choices. Our foremost agenda is to live as a soul-infused personality. And as DB taught, Douglas Baker taught, it isn't that we should live in this world less, but in both worlds more.
Definitely. What do you see as the biggest challenges that people face, even if they theoretically understand and believe in your 7 postulates that you're going to be telling them about, and yet they can't quite figure out how to manifest them? And how can they overcome these challenges?
Now, the hardest part isn't understanding the postulates, it's applying them. This is not an intellectual journey. And as Dr. David Hawkins would say, to truly know is to be, not to know about. The greatest challenge is persistence. However, when the medicine is discipline, most people want to run away. Many seekers start with inspiration, but life's tests can kind of discourage them. And the postulates require steady application, not just belief, but practice. So the way through is twofold. It's remembering them and their importance and their application, and also community. Walking with fellow seekers keeps us accountable, and remembering that the soul is guiding the process keeps us patient and comfortable. Progress is never lost. Every step is part of building the bridge between the human and the divine, the quest, if you will, to become a soul-infused personality so that you can further yours and the galactic, cosmic, divine design for your and the life.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jeff. And I, for one, am very happy to have you as part of my community on this spiritual journey. It is not for the faint of heart. And I hope you will all join us November 1st and 2nd. And we'll be starting off with Jeffrey Dunphy with the 7 Postulates of Ancient Wisdom. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you for allowing us to be of service.
Indeed.